The Navy's training for SEALs, called BUDS, is known as one of the most arduous trials in the military. To better understand how intense and grueling Hell Week really is, CBS 8's Brian White spoke with a retired Navy SEAL.
It's called Hell Week for a reason, testing the physical and mental strength of Navy SEAL candidates. And if you can get through it, you can get through just about anything.
3 weeks into the first phase of BUDS training, Hell Week is an exhaustive test of someone's commitment to becoming a Navy SEAL.
I call it a gut check to see who really wants to be there and is not going to quit, regardless of how miserable they are.
Paul Anderson is a former Navy SEAL who retired from the Navy in 2012, and he recalls the time he went through it.
You get 4 hours of sleep. You're not allowed to have any caffeine. So throughout the entire week, you're hungry, you're cold, you're sandy, you're wet.
In this grueling 5-day stretch, each candidate runs more than 200 miles and sleeps only a total of 4 hours during the entire time. The rigorous schedule involves at least 20 hours of physical training each day.
It's just the confusion, the tiredness, the hallucinations. So, you got to continually prove yourself and get faster and get stronger.
BUDS course is regarded as one of the toughest training regimens in the U.S. military. It prepares candidates for dangerous situations they'll face later on.
You have to dig down deep in your guts. You have to have that fortitude, that intestinal fortitude to push forward, to keep going. It's in your gut or in your heart and in your head.
I'm Brian White for CBS 8.
The Navy SEALs are one of the highest performing organizations on the planet, and a former Navy SEAL was asked, who makes it through BUDS? Who makes it through the selection process to become a SEAL? And he said, I can't tell you who gets through, who makes it, but I can tell you the kind of people who don't make it. He said the star college athletes that never have been really tested to the core of their being, none of them make it through. He said the preening leaders who like to delegate everything, none of them make it through. He said the big tough guys that come in with huge muscles covered in tattoos who want to prove to everyone how tough they are, none of them make it through. He said some of the guys that make it through are skinny and scrawny. He said some of the guys who make it through, you will see them shivering out of fear. He said, but every single one of them who makes it through, when they're emotionally exhausted, when they're physically exhausted, some way, somehow, they're able to dig down deep inside themselves to find the energy to help the person next to them. Service. Service. Giving to another, having their back, is what makes the highest performing teams in the world. Not their strength and not their intelligence. It's their willingness to be there for each other.